What if El Gran Maya was real? Could something be living at the bottom of our oceans that we've never actually seen? Not the Megalodon, not the Kraken. Something far stranger, something that doesn't even show up in any official record of marine life. Sailors call it El Gran Maya. But what is the Maya? Where did the legend come from? And if it's actually down there, how big of a problem would that be for us? This is What If. And here's what would happen if El Gran Maya was real. In 1997, NOAA recorded a sound from the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. It was so loud that sensors 3,000 miles away picked it up, and so low in frequency that most animals, including humans, couldn't even hear it without slowing it down. Scientists called it the bloop. For years, nobody could explain it. And in that gap between mystery and explanation, legends grow fast. That's where El Gran Maya comes in. According to the stories, the bloop wasn't an iceberg cracking apart, like scientists eventually concluded. It was a roar, a call from something enormous, moving through the deep, dark trenches where no submarine has ever gone. And if El Gran Maya is real, the bloop might not have been the only time it called out. It might still be calling. But what would a creature like that even look like? The legend describes something built less like a whale and more like a nightmare assembled from the worst parts of 3 different predators. A body as long as 12 ships lined up end to end. A flat, wedge-shaped head with a mouth tucked back, almost like it's hiding its own weapon. And teeth, long, needle-thin, packed in rows, built not to chew but to never let go. If something that size existed, it wouldn't just be the biggest predator in the ocean. It would rewrite the entire food chain underneath it. Blue whales, the largest animals that ever exist on Earth, would suddenly not be the apex of anything. Giant squid, the deep-sea giants we already barely understand, will be bite-sized. Even the Megalodon, extinct for millions of years, would have been outclassed by a creature still swimming today. So how has something that big stayed hidden? Easy. We've explored less than 20% of our oceans. We have better maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. The Mariana Trench alone is deep enough to fully submerge Mount Everest with over a mile of water to spare. If El Gran Maya is real, it isn't hiding. It's just living somewhere we've never had the technology or the courage to look. And the sailors' stories back this up, or at least they tried to. Accounts describe ships rocked by waves with no storm in sight, dragged backward by something unseen beneath the hull, lights and engines failing the moment a shadow passed underneath. Most of these reports come from before modern sonar, before satellite tracking, before we had any real way to verify what was actually down there. Skeptics say it's just whales, giant squid, and centuries of sailors telling taller and taller tales in the dark. But every legend like this has to start somewhere. If El Gran Maya really did exist, our relationship with the ocean would change overnight. Deep-sea exploration, already one of the most expensive and dangerous fields on Earth, will become exponentially more dangerous. Cargo routes that currently cross over deep trenches might get rerouted entirely. And every time the ocean made an unexplained sound, governments, not just internet sleuths, will be the ones treating it as a national security concern. Think about it like this. For decades, the bloop was the single most mysterious sound ever recorded in our oceans, and it turned out to be ice. But what if next time it isn't? Thankfully, as far as science can confirm, El Gran Maya is a legend, a story stitched together from a real recording, real sailor folklore, and our endless hunger to believe something massive is still out there undiscovered. But the ocean has surprised us before. Coelacanth, giant squid, and entire ecosystems around hydrothermal vents were all once impossible until they weren't. So if El Gran Maya is just a myth, what else might be hiding in the deepest, darkest, least explored parts of our planet? That's a story for another What If.